Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Viz-44-1. It's a Tier 7 Czech heavy tank. It's located on the northwest corner of Mountain Pass, and this one is under the command of genegx of the 13th AD clan. Game on. Okay, well this was a mid-war design. As the name suggests, 44 means it was probably designed in 1944. It was actually supposed to have an electromechanical transmission and diesel engine, and it was to be designed along the same lines as Porsche's designs in terms of the fact that the transmission and how it would actually move about. They actually designed it. It did appear in blueprints, but it never got put into production. In fact, the Czech Republic, or Czechoslovakia as it was after the Germans surrendered, was taken up by the Warsaw Pact, and eventually it meant that they built and used Warsaw Pact material. Now this tank actually has a choice of guns. You've either got the main gun, which we've got here, which is a 105mm, which if I show the figures is 320 Alpha, and with standard rounds 206mm, with premium rounds 242. The other guns are an 88, which of course is like a German 88. Oh, he got a fire with that shot, but he did get hit back by the T20. Or the alternative is a 100mm, which of course, as you know, the Czechs are very fond of 100mm guns. Nice shot, takes out the T20. Now, the armour is not completely overwhelming. It's only 110mm on the hull at the front, 200mm on the front of the turret, which is why he's trying to protect himself there. There are several weak spots on this tank, so it's not a great heavy tank. But of course, as you know, if you go up the Czech line, some of the heavy tanks get really good from this stage onwards, Tier 8, Tier 9 and Tier 10. Okay, there is Arty working on this corner. There's two Arty on the enemy team, Crusader SP and a SU8, and it's difficult to tell which one is firing. Oh, that was a good shot into the OI, but he has to pull back, or at least he pulls back behind the T-34-3, who appears to have no damage whatsoever at the moment. I don't think that's going to be for long, because that Oni will probably try to do a lot of damage. Standard reload 11.6 seconds for the 105, and Arty's, yeah, it's the SU8's, and he landed the shell directly in front of us. He only got some splash, so he only got track damage. It looks to me like he's trying to hit the T-34-3. Okay, yes, the reload 11.6 is the book reload, but you can see here that that genegx has actually managed to get a reload of 9.44. Our AMX 65 ton, I think, he's just gone a little too deep. I know he's kind of stuck in that corner, and there's a VK. Yeah, the VK got him. I thought that was going to happen. Well, that VK is holding everyone back because we can't progress forward until we get rid of him. And if we do go down to try and deal with him, the Oni's going to pop his head round the corner, and then we're going to have problems. Now, he's trying to go for the boobies. And Arty again. Yeah. We don't know which one it was. Oh, that is the Crusader, I think. We're not certain which one it was, but now he can tear this VK apart. But obviously, he is going to be vulnerable to Arty on this corner. It's not the best corner for being for Arty. Just making yourself a very obvious target, and anything that comes over to this side I tend to focus on, because it's just much easier to hit than it is to actually hit them on the other side. But of course, the players know that as well. They've got the rock to protect them to a certain extent. Oh, now we just lost the Tiger 131 to the Oni. Yeah, the Oni, you really need to fire at the either the boobies or to try and get the side of the vehicle. And that the Arty, yes, definitely both of them are focusing on this area. I'm wondering if he's actually trying to bait them to come back up. It's weird. He's looking at the other guys, but I think, yes, he's actually decided that they are in dire straits here. The situation is that the guys around the other side haven't really been able to hold on to the western parts of the bridge road or the bowl, and now the enemy is threatening them. So he's actually pulled back just a little so he can abandon this area if he needs to. Okay, they've gone up onto that corner, so now he can take out the KB-85 and the VK-3601H. Just as the steel weapon trigger pulls back because he's got no armor. He doesn't want to get Arty. A steel weapon trigger should be a priority for anyone in an Arty because they are very thin on armor. They've got no open top turret, and of course they are very vulnerable. They have very little armor. Okay, that T-34 is going to side scrape against us, and their Arty is having difficulty now trying to get the shells over. Okay, lower plate. No, goes for the boobies. Does get the boobies, and he gets a nice hit. You remember that Alpha 320, so he got a high roll there, and he blocked the shot. Oh, blocked the shot and gets the kill. Lovely kill there. 2 kills now. Oh, and Arty is landing the shells behind us at this moment. Now that suggests that they've moved up. Now he's trying to go low plate. He gets it. Yes, that could be the shells coming in from the Crusader there, because I think the Crusader is much closer now than he was before. That's how he's actually managing to get these shells on target. And there's the T-25-2, misses the shot on him. Now, what I think he ought to do here is rush that Crusader, because I think, yeah, the T-34-3's got it right. And unfortunately, it didn't work out so well for him. No, decided not to shoot. Move. The Arty's about to fire. Okay, now. That's got it. Yeah, did it perfectly. No, I was going to say, rush the enemy now, because he is actually vulnerable. There's only 3 left on the enemy team. Ow! That's the Crusader. Yes, he got the gun, so we've had to fix the gun. Burn our repair kit. But now the enemy's only down to 3, which means all they've got left is a G-Saw and the 2 Arty. By rushing those last 2 and taking care of business on the ice road, he's actually opened the chance for them to win. In fact, our Arty now is positioning himself nicely so he can take advantage of anything that the 44-1 actually discovers. But the 44-1, well, he's not moving forward. He says, I think this flank is clear now. It is. Go. Oh, he says he's going back to his cap. No, you don't have to. You can actually move straight forward. I think you'll find the Crusader is just a short distance away. He has to be. The angle he was firing in at was too acute for him to get that shot from way back at the enemy cap area. He has to be on the ice road. What you need to do is turn around and head back in the other direction. I know he's thinking about the G-Saw, but in actual fact you can seize the enemy cap area if you go in the opposite direction, plus you'll get the kill on the Crusader, and possibly the well, the SU-8 has actually been killed already, so I'm wrong about that. So he couldn't get the SU-8, but he can get the Crusader. Now he's got 4 kills, he's happy, he's not going to move any further. I think he's decided that he's going to block that G-Saw. Yes, he's saying now, guess we have to cap red. Well, it's not red on our screen because we use the colorblind mode. I wish more people would actually use colorblind mode. Actually, it is nice to those people who are colorblind. It's kinda. He's still not moving. Look at all the bounce shots. It shows actually I was wrong about armor, because that 200mm on the front of the vehicle is actually quite strong. Most of the shots were aimed at the turret. Oh, his gun's up now, he's happy. Only 1 shot went for the lower plate. It's only the G-Saw left now because he found the Crusader. I didn't see the Crusader killed or see what happened. I mean, they could have drowned actually if they'd run to the pools. He's decided he's going to back up the G-Saw on his own team. Now the Steel Waffenträger's gone around the corner. He's going to be the first one. If the G-Saw is actually to our right at the moment, he's going to be the first one to see him. Nothing in sight. It's very unusual for a tank destroyer like a G-Saw to go missing, but then he is only a 4-shot autoloader, so he'd only get 4 shots and then he's out the game, but it can still pick up a defender and of course get over 1,000 hit points of damage if he was to come back to defend his cap. Maybe that's what he intends to do. Well, the game is going to be over very, very quickly now. Well, it was going to be over very quickly, but the G-Saw's decided he's going to go off hunting. Well, that's good. He's actually trying to platoon with other people. And potential brothers in arms, salons. Oh, no, it's not brothers in arms, is it? Because the AMX 65 ton has actually already died. So I presume that the only reason he's platooning is for the bonus from the event that's going on at the moment. And they've capped out to win. So that one's a victory. Here's the end of battle stats. That was the first class tanker for genegx in the Viz 44-1. You can tell it's his first one because he's only had, well, he's got the scrolls underneath, which means he hasn't had a first class tanker before. This is the first time. He also got a shell proof for blocking more damage to the hit points of his own vehicle, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He did get 4 exactly. Master gunner for getting 5 armor penetrating shots in a row, and a fire for effect for doing more damage to the hit points of his own vehicle. He also got a win 8 of 6,750, which is Super Unicum standard. So very good game. Let's have a look at team score and see where he was. Well, he did get the highest damage in the game, funnily enough, but didn't get 20%, and that's why he didn't get the high caliber. 2,857 hit points went to genegx. Second highest damage was the G-Saw 1,008 on his team, who got 2,515. He picked up a Pascucci's medal because he killed both enemy Artys, so he did, yes, get the kill on that Crusader. And the third highest in the game was actually the AMX 65 ton, the guy that he platooned with at the end. Of course, he was already dead, so that's why he couldn't get a brothers in arms, but he still got 2,042 hit points of damage, and that certainly would have helped towards the event that was currently going on at the time. At least I think it was going on at that time. So when it came to kills, it was actually the G-Saw who did the best with 5 kills. It's a pity that he didn't platoon with that guy, because then he would have got the brothers in arms for sure. In actual fact, if he'd platooned with the G-Saw as well as the AMX 65 ton, they would have had a crucial contribution. I think that may have been what genegx was hoping, that the G-Saw would agree to join them on the platoon, so they had the 12 kills necessary, but he didn't. So that's maybe the reason why that failed. But the second highest damage was genegx with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the AMX 65 ton, and nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 2 kills. When it came to base XP, it was, yes, genegx got the highest with 1,325. And in fact, he was the only player to get over 1,000 base with the next being the GSOR 1008 and 956 base, and 819 went to the AMX 65 ton. He kind of put his life on the line by going further on down the ice road and made it very, very difficult, but he did get a decent amount of hit points and a decent number of kills. But it was kind of obvious that he was going to get taken out eventually because they were hitting him in the flank and there was nothing he could do, because either shoot to his front and try and stop the Oni from killing him, or he could shoot to his side and then the Oni would kill him for sure. So, well, yes, he was caught between a rock and a hard place, caught in a crossfire. So, let's have a look at detail. 14 shots fired, 11 direct hits, 10 penetrations, damage of 2,857 hit points, of which 1,110 were at more than 300 meters. He received 10 hits from the enemy, only one of which actually penetrated, 9 non-penetrations, and 8 hits by way of splash damage. The enemy Arty was certainly giving him a good go. 2,760 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles, damaged 4 of the enemy, killed 4 of the enemy, and did 453 hit points of damage assistance, and he got 47 capture points while he was in the cap. Yes, I suppose he could have let his teammate in the G-Saw go after that last kill, but yeah, we didn't want to give the enemy any encouragement that they might be able to prolong the game any longer. So ending it when they did actually was probably the best thing. On a premium count, he earned 64,023 credits profit from that game, and he got 30 bonds for mission achievement, and 10,932 experience points because you got another mission completion there as well. So very well done. So congratulations to genegx for getting his first class tanker in this game. Won't be long before he sends us an ace tanker in this game, at least I would think so. And as for the Viz 44-1, well, I'd say probably actually an interesting tank, but we don't see that many replays from the Viz 44-1, to be honest. We see replays from the higher tier Czech tanks, but not this particular one, and there must be a reason why. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.